Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today for the Veterans Legal Lowdown. My name is Maura Black. I'm a managing attorney here at Chisholm, and Kilpatrick. Today we're going to be discussing the state of the board's backlog, including reviewing the latest cost per case data that we have and the board's goals for the upcoming fiscal year. So let's start with the backlog status at the Board of Veterans Appeals. As of the end of fiscal year 2022, the board had a total of 209,535 appeals pending in its dockets in both the legacy and the AMA appeals system. More than half of the pending appeals at the end of fiscal year 2022 were in the AMA system. The board is also reporting that in fiscal year 2022, it decided 95,294 appeals across both the legacy and AMA systems, although the majority of the decisions that the board made in fiscal year 2022 were stemming from appeals that had been filed in the legacy system. These numbers show that the board did not meet its twice revised down goal for fiscal year 2022, which was to make 95,373 decisions. The board has yet to announce its new decision target for fiscal year 2023, even though we're nearly a quarter of the way through that fiscal year. Consequently, it's unclear what the board's goal is for deciding appeals this year, and relatedly for tackling its backlog in fiscal year 2023. Let's move on to some information about the board's budget. The board's budget for fiscal year 2022 was $228 million. The board's current appropriations request for fiscal year 2023 stands at about $285 million. The board's request for this year is a 25% increase, or a $57 million increase, above the fiscal year 2022 budget. The board's stated purpose for the budget increase request is, in part, to hire additional veterans law judges. Hiring additional staff and veterans law judges was also a reason for the request that the board made for its budget in fiscal year 2022. Let's talk now about the cost per case data that we have, which we've talked about before, but just as a recap for those who might have missed previous updates from our office. Taking the board's operating budget in a given fiscal year and dividing it by the number of decisions that the board made that same year gives an average cost associated with making a decision in a case, a metric that we're going to call the cost per case. The cost per case has increased substantially compared to past years. In fiscal year 2019, the board made 95,089 decisions, making for about a cost per case of $1,840. For fiscal year 2020, the board made 102,663 decisions for about $1,695 for a cost per case that year. In fiscal year 2021, the board made 99,721 decisions. The cost per case that year was about $1,965. In fiscal year 2022, again, the board made 95,294 decisions. The cost per case for fiscal year 2022 was higher at $2,393 per case. For fiscal year 2023, again, the board has not announced its decision target or its goal for decisions this year. If the board this year, assuming for the sake of argument, matches the number of decisions that it made in 2020, which was the highest number of decisions on record in its history, that will mean that the board will dispatch 102,663 decisions, making for about $2,776 per case. What does all of this information mean? It means that despite the steady increase in the board's budget in the recent years that we've seen over time, the board continues to fail in its mission to issue accurate and timely decisions consistent with its decision-making goals. Even with ever-increasing resources, like more funding and more veterans law judges, the board is spending more per case and issuing still an equal or fewer number of decisions than in past years. Also, since a large portion of the board's decisions are remands, many cases decided by the board will likely return to the board in the following years. Ultimately, this situation means that, unfortunately, veterans will continue to experience incredibly long wait times for decisions at the board. Appealing to the board can be complicated and frustrating. If you need assistance with your board appeal, or if you're looking to appeal a decision of the board to the U.S. Court of Appeals for Veterans Claims, Our team here at Chisholm, and Kilpatrick may be able to help. Contact us today for a complimentary consultation. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Be sure to check out our other videos and the other information that we have on this and similar topics, and subscribe to our channel to ensure that you don't miss important updates in the future. Thanks again for tuning in, and we hope to see you next time.